What's up, guys? It's your boy Uncle Stash here. Hope you guys are all doing well. It's now been a couple of days since the Old School RuneScape Summer Summit for 2023. I hope you guys have all got a chance to absorb all that info, check it out, and I hope you're as excited as I am. In this video, we're going to do a little bit of a breakdown on Varlamore. I cut out most of the Q&A from the Summer Summit video because I'm talking over it and typing on my keyboard and clicking. It kind of takes away from it. So I will put the link to the YouTube video of the full Summer Summit in the description below. You guys can go listen to the Q&A, without any commentary on that. I am going to leave my live reaction to the little hype trailer that they made. And then after that, I'll just go through the blog post with you guys, talk about some of the stuff that I like and I'm excited for, and give you my final thoughts, and we'll wrap it up. But that's about it. Let's hop right into it. Here we go.
The world of
I'm very curious.
Stretches far and wide, from the darkness of Mauritania to the crystal city of Prisoners. And in your journey through this world, you've almost visited every corner of it. But next year, the sun will rise over a new land. So pack your bags and prepare to travel westward, because this is Old School's next big area expansion.
Ooh, okay.
This is Varlamore. Generations
Oh
ago,
shit!
Xerx's Age of Strife threatened to bring about the ruin of Great Kourend. In a final bid to save themselves, a small group of refugees braved the journey over the treacherous Custodia Pass. On the other side, they found themselves in an untouched land of unimaginable beauty. It was here that they made their new home. Thanks to their isolation, their home quickly prospered, and they chose to remain isolated long after Xerx's defeat. Even today, travelling to or from Varlamore is highly restricted, but that is all about to change. After years of preparation, Queen Ziani Arkan is finally ready to open the borders to her kingdom. Your journey to Varlamore is about to begin. Now, when we say big area expansion, we mean it. Varlamore is filled to the brim with exciting new things to do. We have new bosses, new skilling activities, and of course, new quests. There's so much to this new area, to the point where it's going to be far more than just a single game update. You can expect multiple batches of Varlamore, starting in the south, with the capital city of Civitas Illifortis and the Avium Savannah. In the capital, you'll find the imposing Fortis Colosseum, where you can prove your worth in a brand new Fight Cave style combat encounter. Once you're done there,
I hate the Fight Cave.
head out into the savannah and join up with a renowned hunter guild. Or maybe you'd prefer to delve below into a dwarven town of Camtorum. Here, you'll find a new dungeon that's probably best described as Forthos meets Barrows, with the same dungeon also being the focal point of our first Tale of the Sun. These are new standalone quests found all across Varlamore. Speaking of quests, this first batch will also bring you 2 new quests in an all-new storyline.
Oh,
One
dude.
will see you uncovering the mysteries of a dangerous Varlamorean cult. Now, that's just a small idea of what to expect in our first batch of Varlamore, and you can look forward to plenty more both within that first batch as well as in further batches throughout the year. So I'll leave you now with your first exclusive look at the map for Varlamore.
Oh, let's see it, let's see it. Oh, it's huge. Woo, no joke, that's pretty big. Alright. So there it is. I hope you guys enjoyed that hype trailer as much as I did. I really liked it. I thought they did a great job, and I liked Mod Ed's energy and the way that he brought it to the table. It was super entertaining and kept me invested the whole time. His Q&A is really good too, so like I said, if you guys want to check that out, the link is in the description below. But anyways, it looks like there's no end of awesome new content that they could bring to the table here. I really didn't anticipate a map expansion coming in the Summer Summit at all. Like, I had no idea about it. Some people closer to it probably did, or some people that have played the game longer and or more in the know maybe did, but I truly was blindsided by that. The league's announcement already came out, and I was hella satisfied. Like, that was all I needed. I was just curious to see what came out next. And when it was a map expansion, I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. I really didn't anticipate it, so it was cool for me, and I hope you guys think the same. Let's check out the maps really quick. At least the one by Gentle Tractor. This is pretty cool. It's on Reddit, so I don't want to stay on it too long. I hate being on Reddit, and it's not what the map is anymore, so there's really not a lot to talk about. It's pretty blown up right here, and I think I can only, let's see if we can zoom in a little bit on it. So it doesn't make the image any better, but it is, as you guys can see, it's a rework of Zaya, their original map, the map that we already have access to. It's kind of a rework of it. And then down here at the bottom is the stuff that he added. But if you look, there's a lot of stuff that's similar. The Adium Savannah is what they're calling it. The Civitas Illa Fortis is what they're calling that city, the main city. They have the Colosseum. So there's still a lot of stuff that he brought to the table that they're going to be using in the actual expansion of the map. So shout out to Gentle Tractor. That's pretty cool. If you guys read his post, he's like, he just basically says, hey, I wanted to post this. I know it's a complete rework of Zaya, so this probably isn't something that's going to happen, but this is something that I think could be better for the game, so I want to do it anyways. It's really cool that he put that much work into it, and it's awesome to see his efforts become fruitful and actually turn into something. It might not be exactly what he posted 7 years ago, but still, to do that and have it come this far and reach an actual tangible expansion is super, super cool. So props to him. Very cool. On the blog post that we're about to read, Jagged says that they're actually working very closely with him and the community, but specifically working closely with him to do this map expansion. So, shout out to him. That's really, really cool and a great example of why you should always shoot your shot. Mr. Wayne Gretzky, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So let's check out the blog post really quick. So it just says Varlamore, the Shining Kingdom. South of Mount Quiddomortem, beyond the Stranglewood, lies a land filled with adventure and excitement. A region filled with new quests, new gameplay, and new places to explore. A shining kingdom formed by refugees fleeing Zarek's age of strife over 1,000 years ago. So, first off, I think that's a super cool lore way to get into it. Refugees fleeing and starting their own community, and it blows up into a whole new map expansion. Obviously, the map expansion is for us, but the lore aspect of that is very cool, and I think that's something that that a lot of people are gonna get really into. A lot of the lore heads, as they like to call them. I'm not going to read every single part of this blog post. I'll link this in the description as well if you guys want to come read it here. Kind of talks about how Varlamore is going to have more content than Zaya did when it was first released, which I really appreciate. Here's a part talking about Gentle Tractor releasing his redesign back in 2016, and then just talking about how there's similarities and stuff like that. And then right here they say, so as we move forward with this project, we won't just be working closely with the community at large, but also Gentle Tractor himself. So, again, very, very cool. This is their full map right here. Oh, no, excuse me. That's the part that will be released at first. So, here's the full map right here. Seriously, this is, like, so massive. This is probably, I don't know. I haven't been following super close since the release of Old School RuneScape, so I can't say the biggest ever. I could be wrong there, but from the time I've been playing a couple years ago, getting really hard in the game, getting really hard in the lore, this is the biggest update that I've been able to experience. So if we start up here, this is Stranglewood, and that's already been released with the new Desert Treasure 2 quest. But clearly it's just a tiny, tiny part of everything that they're adding. If we come over here, I think the shipwreck stuff looks pretty cool. And then you have some icy stuff, probably the caves and stuff like that. But the buildings to the east look super fascinating. Again, I really don't know what all this is going to be. I think this stuff actually is in their map. There's a massive tree right here. That's pretty cool. But all this stuff down here at the bottom is stuff they haven't released the exact map on, I don't think. Actually, let's look at it really quick. Okay, no. So it's the part at the bottom that they've released, but everything else they haven't. So all this like snowy area and stuff, that's all up in the air. The little shipwreck is up in the air. This little city part is pretty cool. I don't know if it's gonna have a lot of aspects of sailing in it. I don't know if that's what all the boats are for, or maybe you just cross those to get to other parts of the map and it has nothing to do with sailing. But I think that'll be cool either way. If you do use the boats to like traverse the map, I think that's pretty cool, pretty ingenuitive. Nothing we've seen in the map before, really, in any parts of the map before. So just a lot of new flair and stuff they're bringing, which I love. This part down here, I don't think they've said what this is. This little island, I'm not sure. I can't really make anything out. It looks like some grain, some trees, and just regular buildings. So who knows what that is? Maybe just like a little city of its own. This all looks like pretty wooded area. This looks like maybe another big tree with a little fort around it or something. So that's pretty cool. Actually, you know what? Now that I think of it, now that there's 2 big trees on the map, that could be stuff involving forestry, or not. Who knows? So yeah, and then just a little more snowy area up here with some rivers going around it, little lake over here, and I think they call this the aqueduct, but truly there's so much room for content here. But if we go to their more detailed map, okay, so that snowy part is Rollo's Rise. I think that's where the dwarves hang out they were talking about. And then over here you have the Colosseum, and that part, I guess we'll talk about that right now. That part's going to be super cool for a lot of the people that are max level and just like playing the game to try and reach new achievements and try and reach new heights. People like Solo Mission he's the first one. Maybe Autoblock, but he's more PK than PVM. But anyways, it's going to be round based like the fight caves, but it sounds like there might not be an end to it. So there's just like an infinite amount of waves and people just try and get as high as they can. I guess Wooks would be another player that could really excel at this, to get back to that. But I think that's really cool. I suck at PVM. If you guys know me personally or you've ever played RuneScape with me, you know I hate the fight caves. I don't have a fire cape to this day. So, it'll probably stay that way for a while. But I think that's really cool. I think that's great in-game content for people who have hit burnout or just got bored or have nothing else to do. So that'll be really fascinating, how they actually put that into the game, what rewards come with it, and other aspects. On the blog post, it says that it like talks about you're in a Coliseum with a great crowd. And if there's an actual crowd, either like NPCs or real players, they can watch you or both, I think that would be an awesome addition. It would just make it, I don't think surreal is the right word, but it would be really cool, make it really vivid and feel like people are actually watching you run through these monsters and stuff and run through the waves. So I think that would be really cool. And then I don't think they said anything about the Colossal Worm Remains. I don't think Mod Ed said anything, and I haven't seen anyone say anything, but I think that's pretty cool. So yeah. The Colossal Worm Remains might be like a step up. You got the Dust Devils and the Smoke Devils, and then the Thermonuclear Smoke Devil. So maybe the Colossal Worm Remains will have a Colossal Worm boss that you can fight that's kind of like the Thermonuclear Smoke Devil. So that's pretty cool. Another huge thing that I love is the Hunters Guild. All their guilds have been a really good success that they've made late game. Like, I love the Woodcutting Guild. The Farming Guild is great. The older guilds sometimes leave stuff to be desired. Like, nobody uses the Fishing Guild. Nobody uses the Ranging Guild. So their later guilds have been much, much more involved than the earlier guilds. So that'll be really cool to see what they have in store for us with the Hunters Guild. I'm super excited about that. I think those are all the main parts. I haven't heard anything about the Stonecutter Depot or the Fortis Kothon. Maybe that'll be involved with sailing as well. I haven't read anything or heard anything about the Aqueduct. I don't know if that's just like cosmetics or you could actually use that for something. But super fascinating stuff. Super exciting, and I just really am so excited to see how much content they can put into here. So that's where they talk about the map, and then I think New Dawn is the quest that they start you off with. Here's some more quest stuff. There's a Coliseum that they talk about. So, like I said, on Varlamore's southeastern shores sits the crown jewel and capital city, Civitas Illa Fortis. This shining city has many claims to fame, but towering above them all is the city's defining feature, the Fortis Coliseum. In this grand arena, spectators gather from all over Varlamore. So that's what I was talking about. It says spectators, so that'd be really cool if there's actually people in the crowd. I would enjoy that. I think other people would too. Maybe not, but just my 2 cents on it. And then, like I said, just Epic New Arena is a setting for a new wave-based PVM minigame. Talking about those of you who own a fire cape should be able to get your feet wet, but as the waves progress, you can expect combinations of enemies that will test the skills of even the most seasoned combatants. So, like I said, a lot of stuff for endgame players here. That's very cool. I think that'll be really appreciated, and it'll be great for content too. Perilous Moons is their opening quest, I think. For those of you hoping for a less intense intro to Varlamore's ancient customs, we've got just the thing. Perilous Moons is an experience quest that will have you crawling through the dungeoning depths of Cantorum, a dwarven town to the west of Civitas Illa Fortis. You'll explore a new dungeon and the mysteries that lurk within, revealing a new piece of PVM content aimed at mid-level players. Okay, so they were talking about this in the full Summer Summit, where they were trying to add bossing content that was mid-game that could be like a bridge from the early game bosses to the late stage bosses, because you go from like the Bandos Brothers all the way down to Cox, you know what I mean, or TOA or stuff like that, and sometimes that's a hard jump for a lot of people, so this is cool that this is where they're going to put those bosses. And I meant Barrows Brothers, not Bandos, excuse me. But anyways, I think that's really nice. I think I made a joke on live stream that when they were talking about mid-level content, I said where everybody quits, because it's really fun to like start a new account and relive all the nostalgia and all that. But then once you get to the meat and potatoes of grinding out your skills and learning new bosses and all that stuff, a lot of people just kind of quit and fall off there. So I think it's really cool that they're trying to bridge that gap from early level to mid-level to end level. So I think that'll be really cool, and definitely something that a lot of people, even myself, will appreciate. And then here's the Hunters Guild. They talk about you'll need to be level 40 to enter the guild. So pretty low. That's nice for a lot of people. I was expecting something around 50 or 60, to be honest, but 40 is good. I don't think that hurts anyone, letting more people in. I think that'll make it nice for early level people or early game people to get in and kind of experience it and not be like gate kept. Because like say you're level 30 and it was level 60 to enter, that kind of sucks, because when it does release in early 2024, if you haven't had time to get your levels up, then everyone's going to be releasing content, doing new things, and you're just going to have to be grinding all the old stuff to get up. So I don't think that's bad that it's level 40 to get in. And then they kind of talk about you'll have a bank in there, hunter-specific stores, new NPCs, some of them directly related to hunting that can teach you new things. So that'll be pretty cool. It talks about new hunter methods, so I think that's fascinating. I'm curious to see what happens there. For me personally, hunter's fairly boring, so it'll be nice to have a little new flair to it. But I really think the Hunters Guild could be a focal point of the expansion. That's pretty much it. Like I said, I will link the blog post article below. I'll link the whole Summer Summit article or video below, so you guys can go watch those and read those, on your own time and get all the full details. But I think those were the most important points that I brought up. I really am so excited for this. I think it's huge. One of the most important things that they talked about how was when they released a lot of people complained that there was no content, it was empty, it was dead, and there was so much land. And it's like, well, it's cool to go like traverse all this and see everything, but what do you want me to do here? I'm just gonna go back to the mainland and keep doing what I was doing before you guys release this. So I really appreciate learning from past mistakes, because it sounds like they're jam-packed with content on Varlamore. So I'm really excited for that. I think they've done a really good job. The one last thing that I really appreciated and I thought was a cool point that Mod Ed pointed out was a map expansion is one of the only ways you can ever feel like you're playing RuneScape or old school RuneScape for the first time again. Because even when old school RuneScape re-released, there were so many things that you've already done a million times. And then as time went on, they added new things here and there, and they were cool. But a map expansion, it really does feel like you're playing for the first time ever. It brings back that sense of exploration, that sense of nostalgia, and just wonderment, So I'm really, really excited to have that being part of it too. It'll be really fun to be... Everyone that's playing old school RuneScape right now and in early 2024, they'll be experiencing that map for the first time with everybody else. So I think that's really fascinating. I'm super, super excited. I'd love to hear what you guys think about Varlamore, what you're excited for, what you're not excited for, if anything. So hop in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think. I'd really appreciate that. If you like this content, leave a like. Feel free to subscribe for future content, and I will catch you guys next time. Thank you so much. Peace out.